What's good, everybody? What's good, EXP elites? What's good, all my experiential marketing professionals? It is Jay, your experiential marketing coach, checking in with you guys live, coming off my birthday high. So I had a great birthday weekend. Thank you to everybody who took the time to wish me a happy birthday over the past week and this weekend. Definitely just took some time to relax, to reset, and get ready for the last 3 months, y'all, of 2022. This year is over. Can you guys believe it? And I'm definitely looking forward to 2023. So I'm going live simultaneously on my Instagram as well and on my YouTube channel. So I wanted to talk to you guys really quickly. And before I get into what I want to talk about, if you guys have any questions for me that you want to ask regarding your journey as an experiential marketing professional, where you guys are headed right now, if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments for me so I could go ahead and answer them. But more importantly, let me know where you guys are checking in from, what city you reside in, what market you reside in. If you're looking to start executing events in the experiential marketing industry, if you've already been in the industry for years, hey, let me know how many years of experience you got, what market you're in, and even, what is your favorite opportunity, your favorite tour, or your favorite types of events to execute, up to date. All right. So I'm gonna get right into it. All right. I want to talk about what I learned from my first tour experience. And before I get into that, let me just start way, way, way back. All right. When I first started executing events in the industry, I was introduced to the industry by way of a Craigslist ad. I had just graduated college. It was during a recession. Sounds like deja vu, right? And there were no finance jobs at the time. Nobody was hiring for anybody with a finance degree. Nobody had any money to spend to invest in their future. So for me, I had hit like a dead wall. I was working, living in my mom's basement, had just graduated college, and I was working at a well-known hotel chain, all right, Platinum Elite. I'm gonna just drop that hint in there, all right? And I was working at the front desk and I was bartending. So while I love that job and while I love the flexibility that it presented from an income perspective, I was only making $10 an hour. Like I wasn't happy. I wasn't enjoying going to work. I had a manager that straight up micromanaged me. But I took the things that I learned in that job, the customer service aspects of it, and I really held on to that, and I really leveraged that, and I really became great at interacting and engaging with customers, making sure that they had everything they needed when they checked into the hotel, and just providing that memorable experience for them, not knowing that that experience and the things that I learned in that job would translate into me working in the experiential marketing industry. All right. And it helped me obtained my first opportunity as a brand ambassador from a Craigslist ad. And from there, it was game over. I was like, okay, I can work 12 hours, make it $25 an hour versus 12 hours, make it $10 an hour. So I was able to cut the amount of hours I worked and make more in a shorter period of time. For me, it was a no-brainer. Like I had to pivot and I had to get out of the 9 to 5 and I had to learn more about this industry and the ways in which I could leverage this industry and position myself for the higher paying opportunities. All right. So there was no book, there was no you do what, right? There was no resource that taught people how to begin a career in the industry. So for me, it was long nights, early mornings, applying for jobs, creating profiles, going through 15, 20-page lists, and really just finding the companies that still existed and making sure that the ones that did exist, how can I make sure that I leveraged the experience that I currently had in customer service, right? And use that to be able to obtain the brand ambassador opportunities that I could then move into consistent paying opportunities. So I did this, y'all. When I say I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. Like I've been in this industry for well over 13 years now, right? So I understand how to move up, how to apply for opportunities, how to work through rejection, how to get so many no's, no's, no's until you get that one yes. But that first tour opportunity, I had been looking, I had been applying, and it's so important. And that's why I tell you, EXPs, my experiential marketing professionals, don't get discouraged when you get one, two, three, four, five no's. All right. Because when you get that one yes, you're going to be so appreciative of the opportunity that you're going to make sure that you go out there and you do what's needed to position yourself for consistent tour opportunities. So continue to apply for opportunities. Don't get discouraged. Just know that your time and the right opportunities are going to be presented to you. But for me, I have been applying for so many tour opportunities, and I began to feel like, you know what? Maybe this industry is not for me. Maybe touring isn't for me anymore. And let me go ahead and wave to my people on IG. I need to get out this industry. I need to go ahead and start looking for a job because I keep applying, and I'm not getting any calls, any callbacks, right? Not even an interview. I'm not even getting just the opportunity to get on the phone because I knew if I could get them on the phone and do well on the interview, that I would get the opportunity. But I was struggling even getting that opportunity. I had to go back, look at my resume, look at my headshots, look at my video. What could I do to really separate myself from all the other people that were applying? So finally, I took a lot of time, did a lot of research, and really learned how to market myself. And it's so important. And that's why I talk about that to my experiential marketing professionals. Your experience, the things that you have learned over the years in the industry is really unique to you. And you have to learn really how to create that BWAB, how to establish yourself as a brand, right? I talk about this all the time. But until you guys really own your experiences, own the things that you have learned over the years, whether that be in customer service, whether that be working your brand ambassador opportunities, until you really own that and leverage that, you're not going to really know how to market that experience correctly and confidently in a way which gives an account manager or a staffing coordinator the confidence or the ability to want to hire you. I want to say confidence, but I don't want to keep using the same word. But y'all get what I'm saying, right? They have to feel confident knowing that you're going to go in there and execute and do the job that is being requested. So I finally learned and leveraged my skills correctly. I got my resume right. I took the time to really create a video resume which spoke to who Jay was, not to what everybody else is doing. And one more thing I do want to say is stop trying to mimic and be and do what everybody else is doing in the industry. Sell your experiences. Make sure you speak on those experiences and make sure that you are not trying to copycat anybody else. Because I'm here to tell you guys, if you go around copying other people's resumes, copying other people's information, a good account manager or staffing coordinator is going to call you out on everything on that resume. And if you don't know how to confidently speak on those experiences, you're not going to get the opportunity. And more importantly, it's going to hurt your reputation in the industry. So, y'all don't lie. Don't try to use other people's experiences and resumes. Just be truthful, all right? And it'll go far. But my first tour opportunity, y'all, I was so geeked. I was so happy I got that call back. And it involved me being gone for 6 weeks, right, for a Boy Scouts jamboree. And I was so excited. And this is where I messed up. This is why I'm talking about this tonight, y'all. I was so excited, right, to get this experience that I failed to read the fine print. I failed to do my due diligence and read my contract thoroughly. And I failed to really understand what the roles and responsibilities were going to be and really understand the nuances when it came to compensation and whether or not the hours that I would be working, the time that I would be putting in would equate to a reasonable salary and a reasonable per diem. Right. I was just so happy. And I was looking at the fact that, okay, this is my first tour experience. It's going to open up doors for me. And I'm going to be able to use this to get more tour opportunities. And that is where I want to caution you guys. Don't be so quick to take a tour opportunity that you don't do your due diligence and read the fine print. Make sure the money makes sense. Make sure you understand the compensation. Make sure you know the roles and responsibilities as what is going to be asked of you prior to committing to any program. Because the last thing you want to do is go through what I did, right? I was geek, I was so happy. And when I finally landed that tour opportunity and I was doing this tour, it was supposed to be, it was sold to me and everybody else that executed this tour as a brand ambassador tour. You'll be there, you'll be ushering, working with the Boy Scouts, making sure that they're able to make calls to their parents, explain the features of the different devices that they had to make calls to their loved ones because we were on an army base. And that was all. You'll just be working 10 to 12 hours a day and just really making sure that they, knew how to work the mobile devices. And if they had any questions, you were there as support. All right. Long and behold, when we got there to this base, we had to build these huge tents, these huge setups. When I say build, I mean like straight fabrication from ground up. We had to build these tents. We had to install all the devices, right? We had to train the military staff that would be helping us. And this was during the summer in 90 to 100-degree weather. What I thought was going to be adequate compensation, I think it only ended up being like $12 to $13 an hour, y'all. After I did the math, I was only making $12 to $13 an hour. Yes, I was getting a small per diem. We weren't getting hotel, we were just getting food per diem. Again, where I messed up, right? These are the mistakes that I made because I didn't do my due diligence. I was just so geeked and so excited to get on tour. And some of you are not really taking the time to really understand the nuances. Yes, working as a brand ambassador is the first step in the experiential marketing industry, right? It is where you really learn, okay, well, you should be learning how to manage your money correctly, how to position yourself with your resume, how to make sure that you are updating your resume accordingly, how to properly apply for the opportunities that you desire, how to move to the management opportunities. Do you even want to work management opportunities, right? This is where you learn all of these different things. And while I was learning this, right, I was learning all of these things, working as a brand ambassador, I lost track of the overall goal, right? And what I was supposed to be doing, i.e., making money, making more compensation by being on tour. After I did the math, I realized that while I was grateful and appreciative of the tour opportunity, I would have made more money staying home and just booking brand ambassador events consistently, right? But it was for me, I was looking at the experience. I was looking at what I was going to gain from this, how I was going to be able to take that information and use it on my resume to say I officially had my first tour. Now an agency can hire me. And yes, while I was able to use that experience, it came with a huge learning lessons. And sometimes the lessons that we most remember and the ones that resonate with us are the ones that cost us money, right? It cost me money, it cost me time. But I want to caution you guys, and I want you to really understand that through my experiences, through the things that I've learned being on tour, I'm now able to come on and share with you guys and educate you on the right ways and the proper ways to go about asking for compensation, to go about asking what your roles and responsibilities will be, right? To not just get tunnel vision and look at the tour opportunity, but look at the totality of what is being asked of you when you're going to be executing these programs. Even at the brand ambassador level, you have to understand and know, okay, what time you need to be at an event, how much are you getting paid? After you do the math, does it equate to a adequate hourly rate based on the roles and responsibilities that you're going to be asked to do? They had us out there, guys, 100-degree weather. We was working as brand ambassadors. We was doing setup and breakdown. We were doing labor, staff, brand ambassador, fabrication all in one, right? But because I didn't read the fine print and because I didn't ask a lot of questions at training, because I was just so green and looking at the opportunity, I failed to really understand the nuances initially of what I should be compensated as an experiential marketing professional. And this is why I always talk about knowing your worth, even at the brand ambassador level, know your worth. So things that I want to really hit on tonight, and I know that the young kids are using this term, no cap. Like this is no cap, y'all. Do your research. right? Make sure you understand what you're going to be compensated. Make sure you understand the roles and responsibilities. Every tour may not be for you, and that is okay. Other opportunities will be presented. All right. A no does not mean no forever. It just means no right now. And you never know. That tour that you may be so desperately want may be keeping you and protecting you from dealing with issues or things that may arise on tour that you may not be prepared for. So just understand that sometimes the no is really a yes in disguise, and it's a yes in the fact that it's preparing you for the right opportunity that's going to be more suited and more aligned with your goals and what you have, what you're looking to achieve in the industry. Know your why. Why are you doing this? Why are you executing this tour? Is it to save money? Is it to get out of debt? Is it to really have something that you can leverage and have experience on your resume? Right? Know your why and make sure that you keep that why at top of mind when you're on tour executing these events. All right. Because this is going to help you get through the tough times and the times when you are struggling. All right. You have to know your why and why you are doing what you're doing as an experiential marketing professional. It's also important that you maintain open lines of communication, right? That is key and that is essential because when you have issues that may arise on site, when you may have concerns with either staff that you may be dealing with, you got to make sure you're able to adequately communicate and convey this to the account manager or staffing coordinator that you're working with. These are all lessons that I had to learn and really hone in on, and mistakes that I made, right? When I first began in the industry, I didn't have anybody to teach me. I didn't have a blueprint, right? But you guys have a blueprint in me, right? And the things that I teach you guys, not only in my book, You Do What, but here on my YouTube channel, here on my Instagram, here in the EXP Elite group. You have a resource that you guys can turn to avoid some of the costly mistakes, right? To make sure you are preparing yourself, that you are asking the right questions. But that first tour, guys, I'm here to tell you, it was a lot of mistakes, but a lot of learning lessons came out of that. So I say all that to say, just understand and know your why, and understand that with everything that you do in this industry, even at the brand ambassador level, as you continue to move up, as you continue to progress, you're going to learn something new. You're going to be able to take different pieces, different tactics that you're going to learn from myself or other industry professionals, and you're going to be able to implement that. How you go about implementing that and making sure that it works for you, that's on you. You have to do the work and the due diligence. But you can avoid the costly mistakes if you guys just listen. All right. If you listen, if you take heed to not only what I'm saying, but what other individuals may be telling you on how to progress as a tour manager in the industry. Don't be so impatient. All right. Know that the right opportunity is going to come to you, but make sure that you are positioning yourself for those opportunities. Not a handout, not looking for somebody to give it to you, but that you are putting in the work to earn those opportunities because you're going to appreciate it more. The mistakes that I made and the things that I learned from my first tour have helped me tremendously become a better tour manager and become better at being able to establish myself as a brand. All right. So, as an experiential marketing professional, as you continue to move through this industry, always remember, guys, you are a brand within a brand, and you always got to represent yourself accordingly. All right. Because the opportunities are going to come, but every opportunity may not be for you. But when you find the right opportunity, it's so important that you leverage it and that you shine, right? And you do everything to make that program or that event a success. All right. This is Jay, your experiential marketing coach, checking in with you guys live. I got so many lessons, so many stories that I'm going to be sharing with you guys over the next couple months. But in all of that, just know that my experiences are and my stories are there to help you navigate through this industry, but more importantly, to help you avoid some of the costly mistakes. All right. You guys have a great rest of your night. Have a great week. I'll be checking in with you guys later on during the week. But always remember, you are a brand within a brand. All right. You are a brand within a brand. So represent yourself accordingly. All right. And know your worth. Know your worth and add tax. Later.